Hello, I am Lady Ash. Welcome to Life on Canvas, the podcast. This is where living your best life becomes the focal point. We will look at life from a positive perspective and explore tools and techniques that can help you to paint and create a fabulous picture of success for your life's portrait. Hit the subscribe button. Listen up. Let us find some creative solutions together. Today we are talking about painting a picture on how to live intentionally. What do I mean by living intentionally? This simply means that you get up and you do exactly what you truly want to do, to live your life by design. But a design of your choosing, not what the media tells you, not what your friends are telling you. Living your life intentionally by your design, to choose to live your life according to your purpose, according to your plan. And don't let things happen, but instead you make things happen. So that is what we're talking about today, painting a beautiful picture and living our life on canvas. So the first question is, what are the things that are preventing you from designing the life that you want? Now, a lot of us have dreams and goals, but they're in our heads and we don't write them down. So they are like a fantasy. Oftentimes as a child, I would just go off and just dream about things and think about things, but they're just daydreams. You need to have clear, intentional goals that are written down, that are specific, that are smart, so that you have a clear picture of what you want to do with your precious, precious life. Some of the things that you need to think about are, 1, are there any distractions in my life? Is TV a distraction? Social media a distraction? My friends a distraction? The news? Whatever it is that is taking you away from living an intentional life are distractions. And some of them you don't want to get rid of totally, but some of them certainly you can reduce. For example, the amount of hours that you spend watching television and doing all the things that are taking you away from living your dream, and be deliberate about how much time you spend doing those things. There are some personal habits that we have that are also things that are preventing us from living intentionally. So we may spend a lot of time on the phone. We may spend a lot of time playing video games. We may spend a lot of time doing things that are not purposeful, that are not productive, and they take us away from our goals, our intentional living. Now, some of us, we live day after day after day, and we don't live in the moment. And I'm talking to myself here. When things happen, I have a way of reprocessing it over and over. And, sometimes it's the same exact thing I'm thinking about. And I'm like, okay, Shawn, you need to not do this anymore. You need to just move away. Replace this entire thought with a new thought. Can I do something about this? If you can't, just give it to God and let it go. Because if you live in the past, if you keep thinking about what happened yesterday, you will never get to the present moment and to the things that you need to do now. So those are 3 things that you need to think about that may be preventing you from living your intentional life. So those are what we call the dark underpaintings. Dark underpaintings are bad, but they're also good because in a painting or in painting a picture, it gives your experience richness. It gives your photograph or your picture that you're painting depth. So sometimes you need the shadows, sometimes you need a dark underpainting. But guess what? You have the power to live intentionally and to add splashes of color onto your painting, splashes of color and paint, and you have the power to put a focal point in your portrait. So the question is, what are the things that I'm going to focus on? What are the things that are going to be the focal points in my picture of how to live intentionally? Now, I like planning. I am a girl of lists and I make lists every day. So 3 things that you can do here to add beautiful designs to your painting. 1, set a plan. Get a plan for your year, your month, your week, your day. Live on schedule. Now, I know people go, oh my God, that's too routine. I can't do that. You can change it up from time to time, but you have to be clear as to what you want to get done. Because if you know you have something to do and it's on your list of things to do for that day, even though distractions may come up and there are things that will happen from day to day, in the back of your mind, you know, I am not going to bed until I get that particular thing done. I'm not going to bed until I do this. And so you will know in the back of your head that this is something that you need to do and it's on your list. So make that list. If you have a plan, break down your plan in 12 months, and then for each month, be very, very deliberate about what you want to achieve for that month. And then you break down your month in weeks and then days. And so this will help you to live intentionally. What do you need? You don't need a fancy computer. As we in Jamaica would say, get an exercise book or a notebook and you write down your plan. Very simple. You can afford an exercise book or a sheet of paper. Write down your plan and remind yourself every day of what you want to achieve, what you want to live intentionally doing day by day. I have a vision board, which is another tool that you can use to remind yourself of what you need to do or your big picture of where you want to go. So you have a plan. Now, set up your reminders. Yes, I get up at 5 a.m. every morning and by default, my body gets up, but I still set the alarm because I don't want to miss my 5 a.m. Morning routine where I do my prayer exercise and all the other things that I have planned to set an intention for my day to make sure that my day turns out to be the way I want it to be and to get the things I need done. You have to live intentionally, you have to live in the moment, and you have to live day by day in a very deliberate way so that you can achieve your goals. Now, what do I use? What kind of tools can I use to get this done? You have a cell phone, then go ahead, set alarms, set reminders. You can use apps to help you to plan your day. You can use apps to help you to be mindful. There's everything out there. There's an app for that. If you don't have a phone and you don't have a fancy computer or anything like that or tablet, get an old-fashioned calendar and write down your reminders. Put it on the refrigerator, or you can use Post-its. Put them on the bathroom mirror. You can put the Post-its in the car. You can put the Post-its by the microwave, by the stove. Set up cues because we will forget. We will forget. I forget all the time. And so if you come to my home, you will see affirmations, you will see lists, everything just all over the place on sticky notes everywhere. Everybody knows that's me. And that's how I keep myself focused. That's how I remind myself that, listen, baby girl, you got to show up today. You got to show up intentionally today. Because Richie Norton says intentional living is the art of making your own choices. So you have to choose this day what you're going to do. The Bible says choose this day whom you will serve. So you have to be clear about your choices. Be clear about what you're going to do and how you're going to do it and the results that you want to have. So we're painting our picture and we're going to be looking now at the details, adding details and highlights to our painting to make it come alive, to make it shock out, as we in Jamaica would say. And one of the things I like, as Buju Bantam would say, you just have to walk like a champion. So you get up and be very intentional. I am the boss. I am the CEO. I am the motivational speaker. I am the author. Get up and dress up and look good and feel good and be intentional about what you want to be. Fake it till you make it. Walk like a champion. Play some music and sing. Walk like a champion. Talk like a champion. Yeah. And just feel so good about yourself. Feel positive. Live intentional. This is me. Eventually, all of these things that you are telling yourself, your body will be experiencing it and it becomes the norm. It becomes reality for you. So be very intentional about the highlights. take out that fancy dress that you have. Yesterday I was talking to a friend, and she was looking so beautiful, as always. But she had on a very lovely linen suit. And she was telling me how much she paid for that linen suit. And it really so nice. And you know what she said to me? That used to be one of my good suits that I wear. But you know what? She decides that, hey, I'm living intentionally. I'm living purposefully. I am looking good, feeling good, and walking in purpose every day. And so it's no longer one of the good things that she has in the closet that she wears on a special occasion, but she just feels like a champion every day. So just get out of your comfort zone. Live intentionally. Live on purpose. Tell everybody about the new you. Listen, I am focusing on the new me. Keep a journal. A journal is easy. Go back to the exercise book and write down how you feel every day. Write down the things that you've accomplished, the experiences that you've had, and just see yourself grow. When you read back the journal, you will realize, oh my word, look at where I'm coming from. So John C. Maxwell says it's best. It says an unintentional life accepts everything and does nothing. An unintentional life accepts everything and does nothing. That's not going to be. You are going to live an intentional life that embrace only the things that will add to the mission of your significance. So let me read you the full quote. It says, an unintentional life accepts everything and does nothing. An intentional life embraces only the things that will add to the mission of significance. And that's by John C. Maxwell. So you need to paint a picture of living intentionally every single day. Keep living your life on canvas and always be creative. Creativity is taking the best skills and techniques from experts around you and improving upon them. So go ahead and use your new skills to paint your masterpiece. I am Lady Ash, and you have been listening to Life on Canvas. You can follow me on YouTube at ladyash.tv or on my website at shawnashman.com. If you haven't yet, please subscribe and rate this podcast. Join me next week for another episode of Life on Canvas.